ability as well. Because for Bruno, even though yes, marksman, he has been picked at least 3 to 4 times at this point, but he's in the early game he's very flexible and he's really mobile too. On the far side here with the Marsha pick as well, she is going to be shredding so many of the jungle camps really quickly. But on the other side of Geek Fam, they are looking to contest it as much as possible. They don't even care about the existence of Diggy. They're just like, you know, just melt it down. Diggy, no what? No point, no problem. He's soft, he's squishy. Let's just melt him, explode him, destroy it. It's gonna be like a Michael Bay movie in this first game between Burmese Ghouls and Geek Fam. So Aaron, you want to take this introduction away before we enter the Land of Dawn?
That's right. We're going to be heading in towards Game 1. Burmese Ghouls versus Geek Fam in this best of 3. Whoever wins this will head in towards the semifinals, and of course, this is the lower brackets. Whoever gets knocked out will have to say goodbye. Now, starting things off, a little bit of that sort of the time bombs being set up. Little stars will eventually clear up the mid lane. They could have actually set it a little bit deeper inside the bush, but not to worry all too much about it. Here comes the invasion coming from the side of Burmese Ghoul already. Zoran spots it out, but is there any sort of challenge from the side of Fix? Oh, there we go. Oh, seems like they might have actually taken this one a little bit too far. Fix going for a dive as well, but it will be the first blood over to Geek Fam.
They have a beautiful flank coming in from the side here of ours, literally from the round back with the Uranus. Just really be such a huge nuisance. But the most important thing as well was Veki. Veki just zoning out the Marsha because if Ruby were to come and add herself into the equation here, that fight would have been a little bit more different there.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And now here comes a little bit of payback time coming from the side of Geek Fam as well. They really want to actually clear out the camp. Fix does have a buff with him. And of course, Ace is not really having much to lose as well. So pretty much A-OK as we are looking at very even start except for that first blood goal.
40 bans, dude. Selena, 40 bans. First most favorable bans in 53 games, dude. That's almost 80% of the time, dude, that she always gets banned out here. Dominance just doing as much harassment as possible. I just love the fact that Dominance just predicts like, alright, you're going to the red buff. I know you're going to be coming towards this lane because it's the fastest way. I'm going to take my chance to harass you as much as possible with the rotation followed by the dispersion. But coming up to the top side.
Over the top side, we are looking at Zoran alongside with Feeks, just making sure that coast is very much clear. And Arts is running pretty much low in terms of mana. But anyways, he doesn't really need to have to rely too much over on that side. But oh no, it's going to be a big catch here for the side of Burmese Ghouls. 1-1 is going to be the score for now.
I think Zorn just like underestimated because he just realized that, oh my god, Ace has his ultimate. He's already like level 4. I should have he probably didn't expect it and just literally get overextended and get picked up. But Diggy, out of 2 games, 100% win rate. Although this Diggy is the 3rd Diggy to ever appear in MPLI, so let's see whether is it still gonna follow up with this win rate lead here, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm thinking that of course things might actually change. 2 games is too little to tell like how efficient is this pick, but Becky is now getting chucked away, and members of the side of Burmese Ghouls knows how to control the top lane. As we can see, Genflix Aerowolf did not give that much priority around towards his Jawhead, but here comes the Turtle though. Turtle being spawned over the top side of the river, and Geek Fam is looking to find a little bit of a lead here. Feeks though gets a little bit off position, will get back on track.
Still trying to be contesting around this Turtle as well, but remember, majority of them already has their ultimates and ready to throw it down at any time too. Although reverse time almost pulled Dominance back to the mix here, but we can see towards the lower part of the bush here, Ars having his own dance with D here. Face try to deal as much damage as possible, will already reduce all their Farraga armor. And now let's see how well they're going to be continue to contest in this mid lane.
Now, Geek Fam taking things very slowly. This is a very different sort of Geek Fam momentum that we're looking at here. Giving a lot of utmost respect towards the side of Burmese Ghouls. Kito being brought down low. This might just be a big one. The reverse time on the side of Zorn though. But this will be a big steal coming in from the side of Feeks as they manage to land that perfect retribution. So enough gold going on the side of Geek Fam now leading just 1,000 ahead as they look to secure some pressure over on towards the side lanes.
You know, I'm a little bit concerned because right now what Burmese Ghouls should be trying to be going now is because since they have this early game harassment, they really need to try to get control of that Jawhead. But in this case here, on the side here of Geek Fam, they know they don't want this Jawhead to be contested too much. Instantly focus towards his top side. That's pretty much why you see the Lancelot, the Kaja, always so nearby him, near Veki, because they really need Veki to really scale and pop off when the team fight starts happening out.
Arts now giving a little bit of more of that sort of the DPS damage over the side of the Here comes Zorn though. Zorn is looking to actually secure the kill, but Arts, oh boy, he seemed like he didn't really need much help to begin with, and here comes Ace. He's getting all chunked out, and that's too much pressure for him.
Yo man, that's a work of art right there. There's literally no answer to that, but Zorn will go to be committing a little bit of damage because he knows he wants to drop down the Divine Judgment to get the kill. Another kill for the team here, and every kill just marks a more objective, more control coming towards the side of Geek Fam.
Now, over the side of Burmese Ghouls, taking a little bit slowly. Veki slowly moving in towards the corners here. He might be able to actually pull Kit apart, but oh, this is going to be a big engagement. D going in with the last, and sadly he secures that kill. And Geek Fam loses one. Second kill for the side of Burmese Ghouls as they are just playing it very, very passively. They've lost that turtle fight, and it seems like from that point onwards, they really don't want to go in with those heavy commitments.
Now the thing is this, right? Despite all these fights happening at the same time, just look the difference between Ace and Fix right now. Fix is level 10. That's 2 levels above Ace here. Ace really needs to have a hard time for himself. Kid just gets instantly harassed by Ours. Ours is just, you know, like I said, he's a work of art, a great marvel. Once put Uranus on top of him, he just knows what he has to do. Just constantly harass, constantly just increase his presence around the entire map. And now he's just gonna try to look for even more fights. Instantly finds Ace, forcing Ace to go force back, and instantly allows the Divine Justice to connect on Ace, pulling him back towards his death. Fix gonna be jumping in into it with his Thorn Roll, trying to do as much damage as possible. D popping the final insanity, but no damage is going to be done either way. Instantly gets shredded, instantly get disappeared, but he has the immortality, able to come back alive a little bit longer, and D will be getting out of this situation. But Veki going with the unstoppable force, popping ejector, popping the smart missile, throwing it back all the way in. There's your three-pointer points for the team here of Geek Fam.
Geek Fam operating really well over the top side here. They understand that they need these multiple layers of offense where they could just throw in the Divine Judgment. They could even go in with the ejector as well. Veki, although he's a little bit low, he's going in for some daring attempt. He has the damage, and of course, eventually gets that turtle in the bag for Geek Fam. Now, we're looking at Geek Fam hitting 20k mark. Oh, that burst though! Feeks! My goodness me! Solo kills off Rubidity as we look at Arts getting 4-man dope upon. So it's still going to be one more pointer for the side of Burmese Ghouls.
Honestly, if you ask, by the way, that's a beautiful better arrow. By the way, Zorn gets caught up, but he still has the amount of damage. And remember, Feeks is definitely not too far behind. It's this shred and disappear. This is what I'm saying. It was so what if you pick Diggy when you have such a huge burst coming out of a character like Lancelot, and in the hands of Feeks, he's instantly going to shred, but finally Sandy's going to be popped out. Feeks gets a little bit down low, won't try to get out of this situation, popped on rolls, but sadly Marsha Ruby played the time and played very patiently to try to get that final kill. Will get the kill, that was pretty huge, but instantly gets rebounded back by Zorn. But I just want to add one point, by the way, like I was a little bit confused when Ruby went to the side lane against Fix, who was like way ahead in levels. I'm like, yo, what are you trying to do here?
Yeah, and speaking of another question here, what exactly is Rubidity up to? He just respawned, he walked straight in towards the trap, and this is going to be his 3rd time of seeing the gray screen. Now, looking at the side of Geek Fam, like they definitely have a really wide coverage across the entirety of the Land of Dawn, but they can't really seem to be getting an answer as Burmese Ghouls. They might try to focus on the side of Arts. Yes, he did brought him down once, but it takes a little bit too much of an effort for them to even bring down this really beefy unit, which is right now chasing over on towards them. And yesterday, we actually heard a little bit of interview where Arts really hates this kind of pick, but Zorn though goes in, gets popped up, deleted by the side of Burmese Ghouls as they manage to secure bigger items in the bag. Endless battle for the side of Ace, and D gets a Tina shield.
That was a very good punishment. Like, just literally, if they didn't really punish Zorn for overextending and not even taking into the account that they're actually nearby, then it's going to be such a huge loss for them, because Kaja plays such a huge role in their initiation in this entire team come here. But Will Burmese Ghouls contest for this turtle? They have the damage. Ace has the enough damage to try to take it out as quickly as possible, but Fix definitely not going to allow it at all. And remember, he's the only Geek Fam has Retribution. There is no Retribution on the side of Burmese Ghouls.
Oh, here comes Arts though. He's going to go in for a dive. Time journey has been popped, and it will be him just going in alongside of Fix. They delete the backline, but over on the front, we do see Rubidity surviving with a tick of help. There will be Zorn going for a flicker as well, but yet again, he will go in and still bring in another chunk of HP. Zorn now on the tick of help as well. Zorn will survive, and D tries to do as much as he can. It's going to be a 3-for-2 exchange, and now waiting for Immortality to pop. And there we go. One more member down from the side of Burmese Ghouls.
Dude, that was absolute. Like it was amazing that the fact that they managed to take down Fix at the same time. Fix a little overextended there, but still a little bit overcommitment coming from the side of Ruby. I know you want to try to get a kill on Zorn, but you had to take into account that Vecky's also quite fat as well.
Exactly, and Zoraveki is just scaling as it goes.
God, Arts.
Arts don't really need to carry this. It's going to be a very easy kill for the Uranus, and I'm definitely expecting even more to come because this Diggy doesn't seem like there's going to be much for him to do. He could just walk in, and lucky enough, there is Ace here to actually do a little bit of damage, and he definitely overestimated what he could possibly put out.
Okay, now this is the part where Geek Fam, like the scale is slowly tilting back towards Burmese Ghouls' favor. But of course, in terms of map control, Geek Fam has a little bit of an advantage here, but not the total control which we're actually supposed to be expecting from a score of 19-9 to 17.
Ruby now gets caught out here, coming from the Divine Judgment, instantly goes in for the wipe. Great catch coming from out of Zoraveki, and now this is going to be that big unit being hit right down below. 5 times now, Ruby DD cannot afford to face check.
Exactly, and the best part about it is every time they lose, now they just opens out more opportunity towards objectives. And for example, the Lord is free for them for the taking if they choose to take it for themselves. And Vecchi, I just love it. He's just going to be applying a little bit of pressure towards that top side, prepared to try to zone out as many members as possible so they can freely take this Lord without any contestation.
Now, speaking of that, that's going to be Feeks already added, just tickling it a little bit more, but I don't think that is the best time to say to get the Lord. If you can wait maybe another few minutes, it will be the Luminous Lord coming up online as well. So might as well wait for something that's more concrete. Arts will be regenerating his health very, very easily. Another Abyssal Arrow will not connect coming in from the side of Kid. As you can see, the Selena is having a very tough time to deal with all this sort of pressure coming from the side of Geek Fam. And now Geek Fam should be able to secure this one, but here comes the Burmese Goal, and they are walking right in, and maybe will not get anything out of that. So now being brought down low, and now there's going to be time journey being popped not in time, and Arts eventually closes right in. One more kill for the side of Geek Fam. Becky though, so close to the brink of death, but that's all that they can get for now.
The 3-man tried to contest for that Lord and instantly just get retaliated back heavily, mainly because we saw Arts and Vecchi, like, even though we were able to fully see that, but if you saw on the minimap, they zone out so many members. Vecchi's almost went down, but the fact that he still managed to get out alive was such a bonus for the team. He had no losses at all.
Speaking of losses here, I definitely would say that they definitely gained more than they lost. Oh my!
Arts!
He could have actually gone down, but he popped the ult just in the right timing.
Let's be honest, Uranus is just... Uranus is Uranus.
They need a permanent ban on this hero. I kid you not. They need... This is the thing that I've been telling some people, that we need even more bans for variety. Like 5 bans each should be the way to go moving forward in the international ones. But here goes Zondo.
Well, he flickers out, almost get out of the situation as well, but will not be able because sadly Ruby's going to be the one that's sealing the fate. Vecchi tries to get out of the situation. D going to be popping on the final insanity. Will get the kill on Vecchi. On the outside, huge pickup coming from the side here of Ace as he is able to mow down Fix here. Arts still trying to hold things alive. Almost going to kill on Ace, but Ace with the itemization will get the bonus line steal he's going to get, and will able to secure the kill. Another one for himself. And a pure 5-man team-wide, well played coming from the side here of Burmese Ghouls.
It seems to be that they are making a big comeback, and they're going to be splashing right in. They've played with the toys long enough, and now, of course, Burmese Ghouls is all grown up, and they're ready to slowly dominate some of all these contestants here. Maybe, though, As much as he's really low, he just says, I want to clear off that cannon unit. Alright, all the job's pretty much done. And for the side of Geek Fam, they know it's time for serious business, because now that both sides are hitting the late game, this is not going to be much. And of course, for the side of Burmese Ghouls, they are playing it very, very passively, and they need to do so because there's still going to be Geek Fam here that can actually run over them from multiple angles, so they really have to take good care.
And we're going to be now literally all counts out to Zorn right now, because just now Zorn got Call of God, and that instantly just popped things off for Burmese Ghoul, and it was such a great opportunity and such a catch for them too. Art's going to be trying to see if we can try to split push the lane a little bit more, gives them a little bit more option to see how they're going to be engaging back on Burmese Ghouls in the base. Because let's be honest, it's very difficult to go even a 5-man jump into a single lane against 5-man who's currently just mainly prioritizing just in defense. So we see both Veki and Arts doing what they do best, split pushing, being a nuisance, going for backline, just dropping as much as a presence, and just put so many options, so many things for Burmese Ghouls to think about.
Now the buff is up online. Burmese Ghouls will be flanked from the back, though. Arts will be able to actually dish out some damage, but they will be cornered up. Oh boy, all of them getting stuck right there. Kid will be the one that gets chopped in towards pieces, while Geek Fam now has the advantage to open things up from the top lane. But Arts, of course, getting held there by D. They will be able to actually sustain, but it doesn't really matter too much, as Arts should have no issues whatsoever.
And the best about it is that they didn't really commit any majority spells just yet. The Zorn still has the Divine Judgment. Veki is ready to go anytime with the Unstoppable Force. Now it's just a matter of who are they able to catch, who are they able to punish. But for sure, they really want to try to prioritize Ace a little bit more, because Ace has just a little bit too much damage. Fix want to see whether he can try to solo Ruby, and will definitely get the kill for himself. That's one man out of the equation. Now just waiting for the next wave of creep. This might be the final nail in the coffin for Burmese Ghouls once all these creeps hit towards their respective lanes.
Well, they're still going to be the Lord up for contention, so Burmese Ghouls need to slowly find a way to rotate, to try to perhaps make an attempt for stealing. But there is no redemption from the side of Burmese Ghouls, and Arts has been constantly pushing waves, and they can't seem to be leaving certain things unattended, or else it will backfire for sure. But here comes the Lord, and this might just be the game-winning criteria for either sides.
Still, everyone just holding down the lane. Let's see whether our dear friend Veki will be able to take the Lord by himself. But of course, Fix is definitely not going to let him do it by himself. Falls back to a system to see whether this next slot will be able to pull it up. Because the first slot they take was a little bit difficult for them, because they were not able to pull through with him. But anyway, Veki is going to go with the ejector, pulls D all the way to the back down. That's it. That's no more Farraga armor for him. Execution going to be committed, and Fix instantly forces D to pop that Immortal. Try to get alive to see whether he can succeed in that situation, but it's not going to be enough. He will fall here. One member down. They're going to be looking for a couple more kills as well. Ars pushes forward, finds Ruby, mowing down to size a little bit. Kid also trying to see whether he can try to force any mistake coming from the side of Geek Fam, but Geek Fam is just playing this one step at a time.
Geek Fam making sure that they can secure this Lord. They've already startled it. They are pretty much 3/4 in towards taking down the Lord, and I think that this should be very much good work for them. There's no time for the side of Burmese Ghouls. They have to play defensively, while Arts is marching right in, trying to look for maybe once again. Has to open up the time journey to make an escape. So with big outlets down, maybe really quickly, so we do resume our match from 18 minutes onwards. And now, yep, normal stuff coming from Zorn.
Now the things gets a little bit more dicey for the situation here. Lord's currently pushing down towards the mid here. The goal lead, definitely not such a major goal lead just yet. It's just pretty much a 5,000 goal lead. Objective-wise, of course, Geek Fam has a total of 6 towers compared to the one that Burmese currently has collected for themselves here. Now this fight is going to be the one to see whether they're able to hold this as long as possible and probably even prevail from this engagement. But the Lord just instantly pops the inhibitor. Does quite the amount of damage to Ruby. Ruby has to start to slowly fall back. Arts just bouncing it back and forth with the Transcender Wall. Now they want to see if they can get even more inhibitors. Top side wall fall. They try to defend against this Lord. The Lord has already done his job. They're going to be dancing right into the mix here. Vecchi Flick is all the way. It's because he wants to try to see if he can even eject someone all the way to the back line. Flick's doing such an amazing amount of damage. Ace as well, but Ace is still alive. So is Fix, but they're totally fine back out because they already done much damage. But Ars still diving into the mix here and will get the kill on Ruby.
Did you just see the HP on Ruby though?
Disappeared, dude.
I don't believe it. Arts, he is just crushing it right now. And I didn't really, even Ruby did not expect that sort of damage. The thing about the Marshal is that you need to trigger off to make sure that your HP is still intact.
Yes.
But if you're having such a quick burst, like, there's just no time to react.
Yo, I feel so bad for Ruby. It's a really tough game where he's always face checking into bushes here, always getting caught at the wrong position or the wrong time as well. And the thing is that every time he gets caught, it's not like he's able to follow up with the team. The team is never nearby. And at the same time, the team will be forced to actually forsaken him because they know if they fully try to commit to save him, they actually might suffer even more losses. But Ars just done an absolute fantastic job. I don't know why, just every tanks or every tank fighters or tank supports, they have always been setting up the best and priority moments for all their marksmen and all their hyper carry to really excel here.
Exactly, and we're seeing Soren slowly balancing all the waves. Only Arts is the one constantly shoving, so they do expect the top side to need a little bit more attention. That's where Selena now gets a little bit more room over on towards the Lord section, as that will come up 1 minute and about 10 seconds from now.
Actually, I'm trying to figure out, like, are they purposely like leaving the bottom jungle a little bit more open, a little bit less control for them to actually push on and try to bait it out? But anyway, coming back to the bottom lane, deep pressuring as much as possible. But Ruby once again out of position, but he really want to try to get a kill on Vecchi, and Vecchi might just possibly go down very shortly. But remember, Vecchi still has an opportunity, still had that window of safety if it's not combo pick. By the way, coming back to the fight here, just as I said, Vecchi, the window of safety has opened up to him. He was able to eject Ruby away from into his teammates, and that's gonna be the end of Ruby once again. And now we one member out of the mix here. Will Geek Fam be playing a little bit more safe, or will they try to push and get rid of this final inhibitor?
Yeah, I think that Geek Fam just really wants to go in pickoffs after pickoffs. It should be no problem for them to secure this Lord easily. And judging from the fact that they've already lost so many towers, it's pretty much high time for them to actually secure and brute force their way in if they really want to. And Arts doesn't seem to care. Lee is the only one that can actually hold the ground alongside with Ace. The most important thing for Burmese Ghouls is that Ace needs to stay alive in the entirety of the team fight. Now, Feeks is looking to slowly rotate towards the Lord Pit while everyone else will be holding each one of all these lanes. Arts, yeah, is constantly shoving, pushing towards the top lane of all D. Just slowly getting in the face of Zorn. That's a lot of damage, but he's got immortality. Both sides definitely having a little bit of that sort of tickle against each other, while Arts is changing his lane. He's looking for Ruby DD. Look at the shred of armor. It doesn't even matter at all.
Yeah, but still really great push and aggressiveness coming out from the side here. D is just really trying to remind on the side here of Geek Fam, like, hey, I'm here, don't try to do anything funny. But Ars on the other hand going to be pulled back with the reverse time here, and thankfully he's going to be able to get out of that situation by popping out that consecration.
Consecration already being popped out, like you said, as we are looking at Feek slowly cutting through some of these health of the Lord. Kit so far only managed to get one frag off, while there's going to be a little bit of that commotion here with Last Insanity being popped up. They're going to be losing that Firaga armor onto D, but here comes Arts as well. Zorn though!
Oh my god. Arts going to be instantly get melted down by our dear friend Ace with a multi-kill. But on the other side, finally Ruby able to come online in the situation where he doesn't need to worry about any of the back line. And assisted alongside with Ace, definitely no issue, no problem. He's able to be shredded out, but instantly gets punished by Zorn, because Zorn's like, hey, you get a little bit low, you're going to be regretting it entirely. Dominus going to be having his immortality pop back up, but there is no point, even if he comes back alive, because there's no teammate on the side here of Geek Fam to assist him in any way. Now that clash was, even though sure, it's 1 to 3 here, pretty beneficial for the side of Burmese Ghouls. I think it's pretty much great for
Yeah, I would say that the Geek fam side definitely made a couple of mistakes right here. And right now, it's already the late game. They cannot force out these sort of matters anymore. They need to respect Burmese Ghouls because they are hitting their cap. You can see full items on that Bruno already. So they really have to take this one seriously. Burmese Ghouls now knocking over the side of the Lord. This might just be what they really need to actually make their way in back for this game. Ace now looking for the final deal, and seems like the Burmese side will secure the Lord, and it will be Luminosity on it.
This is where I'm getting a little bit concerned, because the reason why I brought up the previous score 9 to 17 or even now 19 to 30 is mainly because, like, if you see normally when you see the score, you're supposed to be expecting that the team with the highest kill score should be dominating the other team, but in this case, Burmese Ghouls equal in farm. Geek fam just gave a little bit too much space towards the side here of Burmese Ghouls, and now Burmese Ghouls is at the level where if Geek fam should make a mistake, they are going to be regretting it for the entire time of the game.
I would certainly say so as well. Geek fam now already understanding that they might have actually had that sort of a problem coming on their way, especially with the Lord now moving in towards the top. BG will actually find a way to actually crush the mid lane tower finally, while D just walks right in. Piraga Ama still pretty much healthy, as they will also find the bomb site. But somebody's got to deal with that Marsha as well as the Lord. This is looking very, very bad for the side of Geek fam now. And members of Burmese Ghouls, they're slowly escorting the Lord, and they need to respond to this push.
Man, they're really trying their best here. Zorn trying to see if he can actually try to force up, but the reverse time is going to be pulling it all the way back in. Kid trying to see if he can pop in the Primal Darkness, see if he can try to get the kill for himself here, but he has to fall back a little bit too deep there. Now the time here, Marsha, Ruby was able to get a solo kill on Veki. That is huge. Now they're literally left with 4 men to try to defend against this Lord, and a full team really trying to come here. But Ace gets a little bit down low, so does Kid. They need to try to hold this as much as possible. Fix is Ruby. He needs to try to bring one himself. He's gonna get him! He's gonna get him! We'll get it! Oh my lord! The backdoor happening! Ruby DD, we were mentioning that how many times he was out of position, how many times he's made
being considered here, which honestly isn't all too bad. You can actually go in for the dive all the way towards the back to catch over that Valier. So big plant coming up, and this is a pretty much wide range of threats coming out from the side of Burmese Ghouls, which, you know, is very, very interesting.
It also works in Burmese Ghouls' favor going with the counter gacha as well, because when you notice on the side here, Geek fam with the Lancelot, that's going to be their hyper carry. They are killing blow here, and let's be honest, Lancelot is going to be jumping into the mix here. So regardless of where Ruby or whoever's going to be playing the counter gacha, he has the ability to literally just alt with his avatar of the Guardian at any time, any rotation. But the best part about the Gado Kacha, the scary thing about him actually, is his rotation and gang time. It's the ability for him to just go launch from quite a distance without being seen at all.
And of course, same thing goes towards the side of Kufra, but Kufra can be expected from a couple of all these angles. Now, a couple of all these last changes to come on before we get ourselves ready for this potential last match between Burmese Ghouls versus Geek fam, or will Geek fam equalize in this situation? You have Ace, maybe Ice, Ruby DD, Kid, as well as D representing Burmese Ghouls, while Arts, Dominus, Feek, Soren, Zorveki, Rumple will be on Geek fam's side. So far, Rumple did not manage to get some play time during this entirety of the series. Same goes to Ice, but you know, things have definitely turned out for the better for the side of Burmese Ghouls game 1. But, you know, do they still have Lady Luck smile on them, or will their luck run out when Geek fam now being determined to draw the lines and hoping to bring this to game 3?
Definitely for sure. Let's just check it out as we see another beautiful cinematics of the Land of the Dawn. Everybody just chilling in the lane, getting to a position to get ready for the potential fight that might be happening towards this mid lane. Ars is definitely still holding out towards this side river bush here. On the other hand here, looks like going to be going for the classic 1-3-1. But on the other side, you can see Veki dive all the way into the enemy jungle.
Yeah, like that is a little bit of that extension from both ends. A little bit of greediness coming in from some of these members, but Becky should have no issues whatsoever. But this is very interesting. They are actually switching roles, like Zord now going on pretty much a tank support, while Becky is on the sidelines playing that role there, which means that Arts will play a little bit more aggressively from his top side. Now D's just going to be walking right in. There's still a river crap up for grabs, but Becky now gets caught out, and this is no place for him to escape. Burmese Ghouls there with the first blood in hand.
This is really great. Like, they're really trying to fully utilize, because like I said, all these are early game harassers. So in other words, how much damage, how much presence, and how much objective can you get in this first 4 minutes of the game? But Ruby gets caught a little bit, but will able to flicker away. Flame Child will be connected as well, so Ruby will not be able to engage this, and that will allow Fix with the Thorn Rose to get the first kill for himself in this game.
So far, things are slowly moving at a good pace for the side of Burmese Ghouls. Expecting a little bit of invasion coming out from the side of Geek Fam, so they do respect some of all these common grounds. While there is no more camps being seen inside of Burmese, but now he's looking for the Hayabusa as well. 1v1 might turn into 1v2 as Baby's joining from the back. OG shadow kill, solo kill. I don't need any help coming from Baby, as he has to deal with all that. Even flicker doesn't mean anything at all, so he just saves that for the next run.
So I think they heard our calls or watching our cast, because instantly they rotated the top lane, started focusing on Arts. And what's even better, they're allowing Ruby to slow farm that silent, because they really want to get him to scale up to level 4. Because once he gets to level 4, things gets more interesting for the side here. But anyway, you're going to be seeing the popping out the final insanity as he tries to run away from the mix here. But I guess he gets a little bit too off guard and tries to flicker out. But Fix is going to be denying him, and we'll get the final or phantom execution on our dear friend D.
So far, Ace just have a chunk of damage. He also has Retribution in hand, so that he could easily farm up. No problems whatsoever for him to just go in to cut the wave, or even going for this sort of push. And you know, Geek Fam, of course, they respected the Hayabusa early on. They banned the wave, but now, as long as Ace had it in the back, they say we don't need no marksman. This is how I carry this in hand. Fix will secure the turtle, so this pulls it back. Oh boy, big team fight coming in.
Still going to be pushing in. We already saw Tyrant Revenge going to be committed, as well as Zone tries to trade this off for 1-to-1, and we'll get the kit. We'll get the Selena off the Tyrant himself. That's going to be 1-for-1. That's a really good trade as well. And the best part coming from Zorn, he knows he's going to go down. So he's trying to make as much as possible in that kind of situation, and was able to get the trade. But still, maybe try to do as much damage as possible with the Feather Airstrike, and that will allow and force Dominance to go back to base.
So far, Burmese Ghoul getting a little bit more of that goal resources taken away as well. And we are looking at very much even grounds once again for both Geek Fam as well as Burmese Ghouls. But Ace now gets that little Wanderer, while there's going to be both Lancelot as well as Cho slowly keeping a little bit of pressure over the top side. Ooh. And there we go, Kit getting caught out. One more kill for the side of Geek Fam.
That was big. They need to try to look as many people as possible, because once they slowly get towards the late game, it's going to be really hard for them to deal with. Maybe committing the Feather Airstrike to try to slow down this push, because they do not want to take the risk of being forced to fight under their towers here. But you're going to be seeing a huge gang rotation towards his bot lane. They really want to try to get rid of D here. Zon pops out, followed by the Thorn Rose as well. D, no more Forever Armor, trying to do as much damage as possible. There's just too much damage coming from the side of Geekman. But on the other side, on the top side lane, they know they're going to be ganked down. So instantly, Ruby was like, hey, Ace, Ruby, let's just go gank this top side since ours is all alone. And now we're going to be seeing a couple of even trade-offs happening across the map.
I like how they just absolutely mirrored that sort of rotation. When they just saw Geek Fam going at it, yes, they let go of D, but they actually get a lot more out of that, because they now can open up the top side, and Burmese Ghouls will eventually equalize once again. Turtle, though, coming up in a couple of seconds.
Alright, turtle fight. This contest is going to be really big to see who's actually going to be taking the advantage here and who will actually have the shorter end of the stick here. Vecchi knew the kind of situation they're in, going to be trying to pop up with the Transcendent Ward and popping his Ionic Edge and Consecration as he tries to zone him out as much as well. Turtle gets a little bit down low. Who will get a Retribution? And it's going to be going down by Fix. D popping in with the final insanity as he goes straight for the back line. But Ars trying to reinforce, but same goes for Ace as he's trying to look for even more. Two members going to be falling down for the side of Burmese Ghouls, where only Dominus will fall for the side of Geek Fam. And Fix still alive, still well. Level 10, same level with Ace, but coming from the side of Zorn, still looking for a couple more kills, and will donate his life to Ace to give him that mega kill score.
Now, of course, nothing much is going on after that big fight that did happen a little bit. Now, let's have a look into some of these stats here that we have, as Lancelot has been picked quite a lot. I mean, out of 31 games, we're seeing him getting 63% of win rate because, of course, he is one of the ones that can actually dive right in and has multiple options for safety. And there goes Kit, taking down Vecchi once again.
Which is great. They still need to look for a couple more kills. But on the other side, we already saw from the minimap, Galacacha is going to be initiating with his ultimate to try to force even more members to fall back towards the base, towards under the tower. Kurufa now they're going to be seeing a huge engagement. 4-man rotating towards that top side of that minimap. And now Zorn, he's going to be facing the full brunt of this. He has to be careful and buy enough time for his teammate to rotate towards the top side to re-assist him. But at the same time, they need to be careful because the presence of the Selena with the Abyss Arrow will be absolutely deadly.
Another airstrike coming in, and that will be pretty much a desperate attempt. Zorn getting caught out eventually. Geek Fam, they try to respond to that, but this is just a little bit too late for them to actually do much. 8-8 Burmese Ghouls, of course, having a little bit more of the work over the top side, while the Turtles coming out really, really shortly. So, is it going to be a big challenge for them? I'm not too sure, but another same percentage for hero ban rates is going to be. Oh my! Oh, that's how OG Shadow kill!
Dude, that was exceptionally amazing. By the way, just want to let you guys know that the drawbacks of the shadow kill of Hayabusa is mainly counts on your RNG, whether it's the ability to jump on the right hero you're trying to target it for. But since he's able to fully utilize it because there's no creeps, no enemies on that person which he committed his shadow kill.
Oh boy, it's Baby with only a tick of health left. They're going for the chase, and here comes the hero just drops from the air, and that's one more kill for the side of Hayabusa. 6 in a row for the side of Ace, and he is showing no mercy to Geek Fam.
Definitely no mercy at all, and the best part was getting rid of Fix was such a huge pickup. Now this is going to be slowing Fix down a little bit, allow Ace to get one level above him as well and get a little bit more control over this map. But right now we can see currently in terms of objective, but beautiful initiation coming from the side of Zorn. But D has his immortal out, but Sally, the way of the dragon is going to be kicking right back into the tower. He's going to be flickering out, and he's still alive, Aaron. He's still alive and breathing.
Oh boy, that's definitely something that will tilt Geek Fam a little bit more, because a couple times that they have almost just scratched it all off from the side of Burmese Ghouls, but RubyDD just tries to back away, knowing that there is going to be more of the backup coming in from the side of Geek Fam. Zorn's going to be hitting level 9 in a couple short bit. But as we slowly move into the program, this game, of course, slower moving than the other ones for today, as Zorn is just taking his sweet time. He knows that Vecchi is going to be doing nothing all too much against D all by himself. All he can possibly hope for is to chunk out that Firaga arm.
Now things is just taking a little bit slower, step by step. Although right now we can see in the current store 10-8 with a goal in of 1,000 coming from the side of Burmese Ghouls. This is the first time where we actually see Burmese Ghouls currently on the top side of things compared from the last game here.
Yeah, and here comes a little bit of that sort of move coming in from the side of Burmese Ghouls. 4 members dove upon the side of Ozar Vecchi, and that OG Shadow kill will definitely secure one in the bag. While Geek Fam really not pulling much of a move. Now that the Lord is up, none of these members are focusing towards securing that anyways. And yep, Zorn's going to be able to actually soak in that stun, and everything is just going to be absolutely fine.
Still coming back for this, and the thing is, no side showing who has a more better control on either side of the map. But in terms of objective, it's pretty much even out. Goldie not too far apart either. Kill score, I mean, sure, 11-8, but after witnessing first game, I believe kill score doesn't really matter unless you have total control of objectives at this point here. But anyway, going to see Ars trying to hold down the fort as long as possible by himself. But we see a couple of engagement coming from the side as D, as the Lord is out. He wants to try to deal as much damage as possible, but he also wants to increase the presence where hit me and not my backline. I'm the one you want.
Exactly, and we are slowly seeing members of BG taking it a little bit of a slow approach. They have yet to crack open the mid lane tower. Maybe they should find a way to actually get this one opened up, and yes, they will dive right in looking for the Dominus, and that will be pretty much his demise. 12 kills in the back for the side of Burmese Ghouls. And of course, Juan's being purchased there by the side of Ruby DD. Very interesting option as we see Gato slowly powering up.
Really great pickup, seriously. Getting rid of Dominus, that's literally the one guy that's really great at wave clearing into the mix here. Zorn tried, anyway, coming back to this, Zorn tried to escape as much as possible, but still committed by the Abyss. The Child going to be dropping down a couple of emotes. Finds Kid, engages back in with the fight, but Fix gets caught off guard. He has to be careful as Ruby easily dives in, and Farsa will get the energy impact and will seal the deal. It Fix Fate. I can't believe Fix actually did see from the side lanes as he gets engaged from the flank. But coming on the side here, Ace were able to follow up with the shadow kill. A couple of trades happening all across the maps here, but Burmese Ghouls has the more better end as they have managed to get all those priority trades here. Zorn get caught off guard, has to use the bouncing ball to fall back, but sadly Ace will not be able to give it an opportunity. Pops another one with the final insanity on Zorn too. 4-man will fall to the point of Burmese Ghouls, and this will be a nice free lord for the side here of Burmese Ghoul of Myanmar.
4 casualties, and Burmese Ghouls can actually get this one in the back. All they have to do, of course, go in for the push. They don't really care. There is the Faraday airstrike, of course, being prepared to just zone everybody away. And now Burmese Ghouls turn to attack as the nation might rise. And if they do get this win, Geek Fam will be eliminated. So what should Geek Fam do right now?
I mean, right now, Geek Fam really need to try to prioritize their positioning, because right now, the thing is this, Lancelot has always, Fix has always been that moment where he thought the opponent was actually alone, but actually gets caught off guard instead and gets punished for it, and that literally lead to multiple members falling towards before even the Lord, before they can even try to contest for their Lord. Bot lane will be falling down. Veki, we can right now see Geek Fam is trying to play a little bit more safe, but Fix on the top hand, he really want to try to get as much farm as possible. Gotta be careful because Ace is on the way. Definitely he want to try to clear as much jungle as possible, but he want to see whether he can pick up any solo kills for himself because he has Shadow Kill online. Ace finds Fate, gonna be popping out the Court Shadow. Zone try to initiate with the Tyrant Revenge to see if he was able to catch Ace, but sadly will not catch him at all. Ace popping Shadow Shuriken. Fed up Astra as well, but the Lord doing a significant amount of damage towards that inhibitor, but the middle lane will fall as well to the side of Burmese. So is the top side.
Oh, Ruby DD though, he's dashed into the back looking for the Zorn as well. Now they actually crash upon them, and big last insanity will wipe away 2 more members. Ruby, also Rebecca coming up as well. Ruby DD has to flicker away, and that will be another catch over the side of Fix. With that perfect arrow to actually get the 3rd kill in a row. Burmese Ghouls, they are doing it, and now it's high time they close their chapter. They are looking to advance to the semifinals. First, they gotta find a little bit of that hit over the side of Dominus as he tries to actually hold on. That's gonna be 1 minute right inside of the base already, but for now, they will have to respect the territory and wait for another opening to seal off Geek Fam.
Of all the arrows we have seen in this game, the one arrow that really put a huge dent in Geek Fam's counter initiation plan, that mid lane, was that arrow landing on Fix right after he came out of the Dawn Roll. That really
he timed it so well.
Exactly, and oh my lord, I really want to ask you, like, Lafayette, you gotta ask him in an interview, was that arrow really planned, or was Lady Luck once again smiling for Burmese Ghouls in this game?
I think it's all calculated right here because they are looking sharp as a whistle, if that even makes sense to some of all these guys.
I mean, they'd be whistling victories all day after this.
I'm pretty sure if they can actually get this win, but Geek Fam, of course, they still have the opportunity to defend. Let's see if they can turn this one around.
They gotta be a little bit careful because right now Ace is not near them at all. So should Giver choose to commit and make a gamma and force onto or catch any members here of Burmese Ghouls, this might be a huge punishment because the Lord is gonna be coming on in exactly 60 seconds here.
You can see that the graph, of course, leaning towards the way of. And here we are again. And of course, thanks for the input right there. We're going to be looking at Geek finally securing one good pickoff right there as they knock out Ruby with that Wave of the Dragon. So this is just the start. We got less than 40 seconds here before that Lord comes out. So this is definitely great news because Gato Kacha will not be able to participate in time, even though he has the ultimate. He still needs to walk out at least a certain distance before flying in towards that Lord Pit. And here comes one more quick pick coming from the side of Zorn. But Zorn will only use the bouncing ball. There's no Wave of the Dragon. There is Wave of the Dragon actually that just came up online. But Arts instantly gets deleted as we are looking at members like D to rush right in. And of course, turns the favor around. Now we have one more member down, 4 versus 4. Eventually, Ruby D will come up online, making it an unfavorable situation for Geek Fam. And now, this is the moment that we've all been waiting for because Geek Fam needs to respond to this Lord right here.
Still, and the best part about it is that both Kid and maybe D just trying to zone him out as much as possible and to try to split push this lane so they don't want to come for the back. But look where he fixes. He's gonna go for the back line, but instantly gets caught up by Ace and instantly has to force him to go back. Pops out the quad shadow, try to look for a couple of kills, but Ruby lands the avatar of the Guardians. That's the Guardian he is. Zorn tries to hold him up with the Tyrant's Rage, but still not gonna be holding down them long enough. Vaki trying to be as much of the presence, but you're in the face of Ace, the Hayabusa, and including with Kid and the rest of the team here. D was solo kill this 1v2. Arts, last man alive. He has the win of the Dragon, but it's not going to be needed. Inhibitor won't fall. Burmese Ghouls will take the game number 2, the last game of this lower bracket here, and Geek Fam will be annihilated entirely.
Burmese Ghouls have found their way, and they are booking their slots in the semifinals.